What's up, everybody, and welcome to By the Book Bonus Bets. This is McDonald. My name is Nejad, and today we discuss the comeback player of the year. And Meg, it's interesting because after Joe Flacco won this thing last year, the definition kind of changed. We modified it a little bit. So before we make our picks, let's put this up. The spirit of the AP Comeback Player of the Year award is to honor a player who has demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity by overcoming illness, physical injury, or other circumstances that led him to miss playing time the previous season. Meg, you're...
Keyword. Yeah. Physical injury, illness, other circumstantial evidence or whatever.
So that's so key, right? Because we're going to see the odds in a second, Meg, before you make your pick and I make mine. And there's a couple of people on the odds board that I don't know that they qualify to be Comeback Player of the Year.
Sam Darnold, perhaps?
Sam Darnold, perhaps. And I think that might give us value for our picks, which we'll get to in a second. But Sam Darnold at plus 225, does he qualify? Very interesting discussion. Damar Hamlin, you know, he was healthy last year. He played sparingly, but played nonetheless. Does he qualify? I think there are some people on this list that maybe are pushing some other odds down. So let's start with you. Who's your Comeback Player of the Year?
Yeah, I'm going Kirk Cousins at 9-1 because I think Aaron Rodgers is always going to be interesting. He plays in the New York market, and this, of course, award is voted on by people. It's a very human type of bet, which is why I don't love placing my hard-earned money on awards that warrant opinions and voters being on different sides of things, which is why I think Kirk Cousins is a very good play at 9-1 because people love Kirk Cousins, the swag, surfing in Atlanta. And look, maybe I'm just going back to week 2 because what I saw from him versus the Eagles late in the fourth quarter, 6 plays, 70 yards, 1 minute off the clock, and the Falcons get the win. Yes, they're 2-2 on the season, but he can make good decisions, and he is a good quarterback. And I think he's a very interesting play at 9-1 because I'm not going to put a plus, almost even money on Aaron Rodgers, who what just happened to the Jets versus the Broncos? Because Bo Nix threw negative 50 yards and he got a win. So I think Aaron Rodgers, he's the odds-on favorite, but Kirk Cousins is the better play with a better number. Yeah,
and it's so interesting because when we talked about Rookie of the Year and MVP, we also addressed expectations, you specifically, and we know Aaron Rodgers' expectations were high. Kirk Cousins, a little high as well, but certainly Aaron Rodgers high, and I don't know that he's going to meet those expectations. Now, when we talk about expectations, I don't think anybody thought J.K. Dobbins was going to make the comeback that he is making right now through 4 weeks. I mean, let's reset on J.K. Dobbins. He comes out, 2020 has a decent rookie year coming out of Ohio State. Then in 2021, tears up his knee, tore his ACL, among other ligaments, including his LCL. 2022, he has a knee injury in the middle of the season. And in 2023, this man tears his Achilles. He comes back, Jim Harbaugh takes over, and this guy is averaging over 6 yards per carry. He had a splash to start the season. We see 56 carries. He's got 2 touchdowns, but again, that yards per carry at 6.1. Now, he doesn't have a hugely easy rushing schedule coming up, but he has enough spots where I think if he can stay healthy, we talked about it, Meg, this is a person award. This is a people pulling at the heartstrings award. I don't know that Aaron Rodgers is going to pull at those heartstrings.
He's not.
I don't know that Kirk Cousins is in a division where it's just kind of a mess. We don't exactly know who's going to win. So I'm just going for the one that really is coming back from just terrible circumstances most running backs don't come back from. I'm taking J.K. Dobbins at plus 1,000.
And I'll say this, we know Harbaugh loves to run the football with this team. So I like this play too. My only response or rebuttal, if you will, is the last 6 years this award has gone to a quarterback.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I think if there was an award that wouldn't go to a quarterback like an MVP, I think it actually would be this award because I think, again, when you're talking about coming back from serious injury, yes, quarterbacks are usually those people, but J.K. Dobbins, this story is very compelling.
I totally agree, but this is why they had to release the statement last December because Joe Flacco was going to win this award, and he came back from the couch. He's a quarterback. Damar Hamlin wasn't going to get the award, despite the injury, if you will, from Damar Hamlin. You can't even call it an injury, of course, but Joe Flacco still won.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are our 2 picks for Comeback Player of the Year. You can catch all the content on Monumental Sports Network. That's our content, by the book, every single day, Monday through Friday at 5:30. We'll see you there, and you'll see a lot more on Monumental Plus from By the Book.